your essay? No, let's work on that part. So you should have 2 paragraphs now at least, because we've been working on them in the class, right? Kind of.
No, I didn't do my homework,
Okay.
but student. So yeah, well, okay.
So the first 2 paragraphs, tell me what they talk about. The introduction. You should have written the introduction.
No, but I was going to write the arguments.
Yes, which is the second paragraph, second and third paragraphs. Okay, so come on. The topic is
Video games.
video games, how they affect.
Negative impact.
Okay.
That's the title. And I put video games cause addiction, psych problems, and behavior problems. Type problems and behavior problems. I say addiction can result in the video games are really popular all over the world. In Mexico City, 7 of 10 children have at least one of the most popular consoles at home. Children start to play video games at early age due to busy parents' lifestyle, and which leads to a long exposure every single day, consequently creating a bad habit.
I think there you have 2 paragraphs, don't you?
Yeah.
Introduction and one part of the arguments. Now complete with another. Complete the arguments.
Okay.
So you consider they do affect.
I also did.
They do have an impact, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I put Mexico is #1 in obesity worldwide. Video games are not only dangerous for sight, but also for health problems. I think that was the last part.
Okay. So how can you finish your arguments?
Research or studies. It's the same. Studies. Recent studies.
Recent
Recent
studies.
show that 80% of it's not children. It's children. They start playing video games. They started play. They start play video games. They started playing video games at 6 years old. Typically they're 6 years old, and also they become introverted. They become introvert person. Introvert people. So it's not only physical health, that is a risk, but also mental health. Mental is with age, not mental health. Mental health is in touch. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So now according to this, what conclusion do you get from your text?
Conclusion. I have to use the words. Conclusion. It's on.
Okay,
It's on.
Now it's time for talking about the topic. Imagine this is a TV show. So you come here to introduce your essay because you're a famous writer. You've been writing a lot of things. One of those things is this essay talking about video games. Yes. So you will tell us what it talks about, your opinion, but more than the essay. You can include here more information, other examples, etc., etc. Okay. So hello, Tere. Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for asking. So tell us about the important things. What's your essay about?
Well, the essay it's about video games. How can they impact children's life?
And how did you decide to write about this topic? Do you have children playing a lot of video games?
No, but I have girls. I have 2 daughters, and I was a busy lady during her childhood. And I realized that I didn't want my girls to spend a lot of time playing video games. because I noticed that at some point they didn't want to go out to play, or they were more introverted than they should be.
Okay, excellent, very good. So I'm understanding that you are against playing video games.
Yes, I am.
Okay, how did you approach the topic? How did you get in there?
Well, because I am a parent, I believe that sometimes we find easier to entertain our kids playing video games, either in the consoles or iPad or tablets. But there are many studies that shows that this could be damaging.
We are back here with Tere, who was telling us about her essay. Tere, continue, please. We were interrupted because of advertisements, but now we have enough time to conclude this little chat.
Thank you. Well, it's really important from any parents to be aware that the damage that they can cause to their children if they leave the kids play video games all day or more than 30 minutes per day. It's been demonstrated that it's really bad for them because it creates an habit, bad habits to eat in front of the TV. They are not aware how much food they are eating, and the kind of food, normally snacks. That's the first thing, which concludes in obesity. And also the kids, they could be more introverted because they don't want to go to play. For them, their lives become inside, and they don't want to walk or do any other activity that could be helpful for her development.
Okay.
So I believe that we need to find different ways to entertain our kids
Okay. So,
other than video games.
which would be your solution for this problem? Did you have the solution in your essay, or you didn't work on that?
No, I haven't worked on that. I have different ideas about how to do it, but my girls, they are grown up, so I couldn't really test the thesis. And I believe that there are some games that could help to increase their activity. I mean, the mental, but the physical activity as well, because there are some games that they encourage the kids. I mean, for example, the consoles that they are interactive.
Oh, yes.
They could help, but my recommendation is that no more than 1 hour per day. I think 1 hour is a lot, but still, even though they have a physical activity or interact with other kids from other consoles, it's better that they do another activity, such as, I don't know, playing outside, playing soccer, or any other, swimming. Or I know it's hard for some parents because they work all day, but I believe in some schools they have extra hours to help working mothers, working parents that they don't know how to entertain their kids. Also, they can help them with homework. And in some of them, they even have dinner time or something. I know it's not ideal to leave our kids in the school all day, but sometimes the benefits from this could be bigger, especially if we found that our kids uh, they are getting fatter. They don't want to do other activities outside. They just want to stay indoors, and we need to think about the future, their future, how it's going to be. Because if we create a bad habit now, it's going to be a big problem in the future, especially because in Mexico, we are number one in obesity. So we need to be careful about how we raise our children because they are the future of
This country.
this country.
Okay, excellent. Some months ago, I remember I was reading in the news that there's a person in Japan. Well, there was a boy in Japan who was playing for a lot of days, non-stop playing, night and day. He just stopped to go to the bathroom and to eat something. So he had a heart attack and he died. Did you use this example in your essay?
No, I was trying to focus what the Mexican reality is, but because there's not a lot of studies about how many hours the kids are in front of the video game, because I think some parents, the absence of the parents, they don't really know how much time the kids are spending on the video game. And when the parents go to bed, they don't know that the kids they can wake to start playing again. I mean, it's like they are hiding or they are flying as well. So it's another issue that we're facing. But there are no studies here in Mexico. I just want to put information about Mexico because I believe Mexico is a particular country. Obviously, we have all the trends from all over the world, but I just want to focus this essay on Mexico.
Okay, perfect. Very good. Thank you very much, Tere, for being with us and sharing your ideas, your work on this essay. And the word you were looking for was harmful.
Yeah.
Which is bad for for kids. Okay, excellent, very good. So how did you feel with this activity? I feel we have here exercise 6, well, lesson 6C, my generation and me. Oh my God. Think about your own family and then discuss the questions below. So, how many generations are there in your family? Do you all share the same values? What can you tell me about this?
Right.
How many generations?
3.
3 generations. Is your father, you and your siblings, and your kids and your nieces and nephews, right?
Yeah.
How old are they? How old is the youngest?
The youngest is 14.
14. And the oldest?
27.
No, the oldest in your family.
Oh, okay, 84.
84, so it's a big difference. There's a big gap, right? Okay, well, according to this, do they have the same values?
No.
No. Oh my God. What differences have you seen?
Well, I think the values that my dad has are more conservative.
Okay.
Than my niece, my little niece. I mean, she can even talk about she was joking the other day when we asked her, what do you want to be when you grow up? And she goes like, she said, I think I want to own a point. I don't know, that's the way to say it in English. But in Mexico, we said un punto de venta.
Mm-hmm.
You know what it means,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So I didn't know at first what it meant.
It's a sales point. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I was like, I was
like
what?
Drug dealer or what? Oh my God.
I don't know,
Uh-huh.
because for them it's like she just said that like
You
she's
know,
talking about selling oranges or
yes, because they see
drugs.
that on TV.
Yeah, I think the way that they talk about drugs or everything, I'm not saying they are doing drugs, but I think it's more normalized.
Yeah, it's
So,
more open.
yeah. And my dad, he wouldn't talk about this.
Yes, of
Now
course.
he can talk about this, but with us as we are older.
Yes,
But
okay.
I feel like the he was really conservative. Actually, even though for for families,
Mm-hmm.
and I talked to my dad, and my dad he was like, well, when I was young, I just did what it felt right, and I thought that it was time to settle down, and I had my kids. My dad he got married 27 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He was not even young,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because for his times,
Mm-hmm.
they and in their times they were at, I think at 20 they have at least one or two kids,
Mm-hmm.
but he was 27 when he got married. The thing is that he left his little town
Ah,
when he was young,
okay,
and he
okay.
came to Mexico City to work.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that he liked his new
Mm-hmm.
lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
And if he would have stayed in his little town, I'm sure he would have gotten.
Ah, okay, okay, yes, of course. Mm-hmm.
That's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
So, and my mom, she was 27 as well.
Mm-hmm.
My mom,
Mm-hmm.
she thought that she was never gonna get
Mm-hmm.
married,
Mm-hmm.
but they found each other, and they felt that they could be together.
These love things. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the thing is that my dad, he's like, he's not happy, I mean, he is proud of many things that he accomplished, but he's not happy like, oh, I'm really happy,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He wants us to be something else.
Mm-hmm.
He had different plans for all of us,
Mm-hmm.
which because we didn't meet
Mm-hmm.
those plans, he felt like he failed.
Mm-hmm.
He's a
Mm-hmm.
little bit frustrated.
Yeah.
So he didn't really share what he wants us to do, but I think that he wants us to be more like him.
Mm-hmm.
But we
Yeah.
are really different because we are
Yes.
different persons.
Mm-hmm.
We were raised differently, and I don't feel bad when he said, "You are not what I wanted. I want you to be." Oh, okay,
Sorry
that's
for you.
okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm happy this way.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I don't know for my brothers and sisters if they feel the same way as me or if they feel like they're failing. I mean, that's
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that. But I told my dad, well, I don't know. I mean, if you could have been a better parent for us,
Mm-hmm.
because he many times, in the past, the role models there was a line, the mom,
Straight and
yeah, the
strict.
mom has to take care of the kids,
Mm-hmm.
and the dad has to be the supplier,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and so my dad, he wasn't not really uh, involved with our education,
Mm-hmm.
which later on he was complaining. Oh, I should have done this, I should have done that, because your mom didn't do this, your mom. And I said, well, this is your problem because you were there, but you were not there. My dad, he was always working, which is good, because have a house, and and he was there, but he was not involved in our education. And then when we grew up, he complained, but he couldn't do anything, because we were screwed. So the society said you have to get married, you have to get kids, or the religion, or who else, or your parents maybe, or this is what you see, this is what you think you have to do. But I believe, when my girls, they were a little bit older and they said, I don't want to have kids, I said, okay, that's your opinion.
Decision.
If you want to change, you want to change it. If you don't, That's okay. But the thing is that none of my nephew, they don't want to have kids either.
It's
Not
part
even
of
my two little nieces,
new
the ones
generations.
that they are Javier's daughter, the youngest, they don't want to have kids either. They said, no, it's a lot of work. I don't want to get pregnant. I don't want to get fat. Because I think they feel it that is kind of aggressive for their bodies.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And I think they just want to be free, which is really different from when I was raised, And because I remember that my grandmother, she used to say, when you get married, when you have your kids, and so I think at some point I just embraced the idea that I was going to have kids, I was going to be married. So I decided I'm done. And I got my surgery. I was still young, but my parents, they said, what if you have, no, I don't want more kids. Don't, I'm done. 2 kids is more than enough,
Okay.
yeah.
So different values. I think, yeah, the society is very dynamic and it's moving through time. But it's very difficult for all generations to understand the new generations. And obviously the other way around too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know in your house, your kids, what they say, or they want to get married, they don't want to have kids, or they don't say anything because they're too young.
I think they are too young, but Mike, who is the oldest, he always mentions that he doesn't want to have kids. Yeah.
They just want to focus on themselves, right?
Yeah.
Which is good, I believe, because sometimes we made mistakes and we bring kids that when we are too young, we are not even prepared for our world, and we have to take care of some other.
Yes.
Which is not easy. Oh.
Exactly. So question number 2, who did you talk to and what about? Are there any subjects you avoid? Who do you talk to? And what about? What's the topic?
What?
Yeah, about what do you talk? In general.
No.
Yeah,
with my dad, I can talk about anything. With my girls as well.
So you talk to your father and your daughters, and any topic is avoided. No topic is avoided. No. Okay. There are no taboos.
Well, no, not really. I can talk about anything. If they don't want to talk, that's their problem.
But haven't you felt that they get mad or upset when you touch one topic?
Well, maybe they do, but they don't show it.
Okay, perfect.
I remember my mom when she was alive. She didn't want me, when I was divorced, she didn't want me to talk about, she didn't want to hear about my life as a single person again. And my dad, he was telling me, don't talk to your mom about this, about that. And I was like, what? Because she gets mad. Well, she doesn't say anything to me. How should I know? Well, I'm telling you. But she was always listening to me, asking questions. But my dad, I think one of our problems as a family is we don't communicate.
Yeah.
I mean, I can communicate with them, but they are afraid to say something.
Yes. So yeah, because they were very respectful. Yes, and your mother was hard with your words because she wanted something different for you, but she didn't know how to say that.
Yeah. And she loves me.
Of course.
And obviously she wanted me to be happy, but her way, her thought about happiness, her definition is
different to yours.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I was happy, Actually, the other time I told my dad, I know that you don't like me to live by myself. Yeah, you're gonna wake up one day and you're gonna be dead and nobody's gonna know anything. And I'm like,
what did you say? Technically, I won't wake up because I will be dead.
Exactly. Well, he said, don't you think I'm worried? And I'm like, Dad, I'm not the only person living by themselves in this world. The old guy in the building, he's still living by himself, right?
Is he alive? I don't know. I haven't seen him for a while, but maybe he's in bed.
Yeah, I remember like a few weeks ago or a month, I saw him in the window. Yeah, and my dad, he said, "Is he still alive?" And I said,
Yes,
"Yes,
incredible,
you know,
unbelievable.
but he's there." And I saw the time ago when I saw him out, I saw Susana. No, yeah, Susana.
Yeah.
She was helping to buy stuff or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if she's still helping him, but I said my dad. I told my dad, well, Dad, you shouldn't be so worried about me.
Yeah, but it's normal in parents.
Well, now Melissa, she's living by herself. I'm not really worried.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm trying. I want her to live her own life in her own terms. I know that I don't like that I live so far away, but what can I do? Right?
Yes.
So I don't know. I think if we stop thinking that our kids are our property.
Yeah, maybe this has changed too in the new generations, beginning with our generation.
Yeah.
And it depends on people too, because Paola is very jealous with Mike and Alex, and they are not her kids. I mean, she takes care of them, but she is really
She's not the
jealous
mom.
about them. Yeah. And in my case, it's like, it's not a big deal. It's not a big
Yeah. Well,
problem.
Dulce, when she was taking care of Melissa and Karen, she was really jealous. She was like, she wanna behave like the mom.
Yeah.
And in your family, is there any topic that you have to avoid?
Not in my case. In Paula's case, yes.
And about sex, I can't talk about sex with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
It's, with my girls, I mention, if you want to know something, you have questions. I know this is going to be uncomfortable for you, but if you want to know something, I'm here. But they don't do that, it's.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
I don't have any issue. Actually, when they start growing, I think I gave them some details. They said, "Mom, I don't want to know those details."
Mm-hmm.
And Karen
Yes.
said, "Not for me now, but maybe later." I said,
Mm-hmm.
"Okay, when you think it's time and you want to know something."
Yeah. What I try always to set clear is, for example, did you see my class today? Yes, I was paying attention to your class. So did I say any bad words? No, no, because there are places and situations in which you can be yourself, and some others in which you have to behave because you have an image. For example, I'm the teacher. I cannot use bad words. If students ask me to teach them bad words, I usually don't teach them because it's the image as a professor you have to offer. You play different roles in the society and you have to adapt to that.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's what I try to teach them. And for example, when I'm with my friends, I always use bad words because I feel confident. I think there are some times when a bad word communicates more than 1,000 of the other words. Yes. So that's why I use them. And when I feel that confidence with people, I use these words. If not, it's not necessary. I mean, I have a lot of more vocabulary to use, but there are some times when I feel that they don't express what I really want to say. So that's when I use
Have
it.
you talked to Mike about sex or not yet? Or if he's asked a question or he.
Yes, not yet because I think
He's still young.
yeah, but I think we are like in the limit time to have one of these conversations.
So are you prepared for having a conversation with him?
I think I am. Okay, so in the next activity, we have to complete the sentences. So, unlike my parents, I care about or I don't care about. I don't approve or I approve of. I'm not fed up with. I'm fed up with.
But it's like.
You don't tolerate.
Oh.
Mhm. Then I don't feel I'm entitled to, or I feel I'm entitled to. I'm not comfortable with. I'm comfortable with, I'm not anxious about. So this exercise will let me know a little bit about your opinion and the way and the differences you have with your father in this case. And academically, it will let you know the way we use these verbs and prepositions together, these collocations.
No.
Okay, so please complete the sentences on your notebook and then you will tell me your sentences. Pablo, please, we have a class. Pablo, you are my best student, but you never take notes. What's wrong with you?
Unlike my parents,
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about living alone.
Okay, fantastic.
Unlike my parents, I approve of smoking weed.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike my parents, I'm not fed up with living with my parents after you be able to support yourself.
You are able. Oh, in subjunctive? Be
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
yeah, okay, perfect. Mm-hmm.
I feel, unlike my parents, I feel that I'm entitled to get divorced.
Okay,
Unlike my parents, I'm comfortable with open communication.
comfortable.
Comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
I'm not anxious about being a grandmother.
okay. Excellent, perfect, very good. So, do you think you're gonna become a grandmother?
I don't think I'm gonna be a grandmother.
No,
No.
according to your
According
children
to-
to- thoughts?
I'm
No.
not gonna be a grandmother. Only
Oh.
with cats. I
Okay.
have 3 grandchildren now.
Okay, perfect. Well,
Yeah.
let's go.
You say
It's okay.
if I become grandmother, it's okay. If I don't,
No problem, not a problem for you. Perfect. So let's go to the um, vocabulary practice book, page 145. So these are expressions with prepositions. So we have the prepositions about, of, to, and with, which are the most common. So we have to decide if they go with addicted, comfortable, suspicious, entitled, anxious, concerned, obsessed, fed up, confused, and sympathetic. There are some of them which we have seen before. You shouldn't have any problem, but let's check. For example, I'm addicted to fantastic coffee, and I don't think I'll ever be able to give it up.
are you addicted to coffee?
I am. I drank today like 4 cups of coffee because I always take in a coffee mug this size, like this size. It's 500 milliliters.
Oh,
So
mililitro.
yeah, it's been a liter today.
Whoa.
And I think I'm gonna drink one when I get home.
Regular.
Regular coffee. Oy. No, but the thing is that I don't, for example, for this half liter, I use just like a half spoon of coffee.
Half spoon. Oh,
So,
okay. So
yeah.
it's diluted.
Yeah.
I used to be addicted to coffee
Yeah.
when I was younger.
Uh-huh.
I think until I was like 20 or something, I used to drink coffee all day.
And why did you change? Was it affecting you?
No, I think I'm not sure. I think when I stopped, because I was doing my social service
Mm-hmm.
at Pemex,
Mm-hmm.
and I was there in the office until like 2 p.m. or
Mm-hmm.
something.
Mm-hmm.
So the coffee maker was on all day long.
Mm-hmm.
And some days I had to be there for more time.
Mm-hmm.
So I just get used to drink coffee all the time.
Yes, it's normal.
And once that the coffee maker was empty,
Mm-hmm.
I was the one who was preparing more and more,
Yes.
I'm going to work next year instead of starting college. And I am very comfortable with
Comfortable.
with my decision.
Mm-hmm.
See?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Comfortable
Okay.
with.
Um, I don't know why people are suspicious about me. of me.
Of.
Of.
Suspicious of. Yes.
Suspicious of me. I'm very nice person. People don't look suspicious about me.
Suspicious of, remember.
Of.
Yes.
Of.
No, I think you are not a person to be suspicious of.
No.
No.
And you?
Maybe some.
It.
Yeah, yes.
Young people today, but this is good, because sometimes I can I can be suspicious, but nobody thinks.
Yes, yes, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, once I gain the trust, I can lie.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can lie to me.
Not to you, because you haven't done anything to me. But
Okay.
once the people they are still in my life, if they did something to me. Young people today seem to think they are entitled to.
Yes, it is.